Hi everybody, it's the baseball head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, and welcome back to the baseball head 2. And hopefully you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So we're going to talk about in this video another member of the Insane Asylum, or former member, longtime member of the Insane Asylum, but he's not so insane as some of these other people. But he always gets goofed on for getting predictions wrong, or just a minute kind of thing. He always gets made fun of. That back after this guy's always getting on his case. I want to mention something if you don't know. I believe that back after this guy has bots that protect him. So if you criticize him, those bots go into effect. I really believe that. I'm starting to think that. Because I wrote to him a few months back about something he said about Francesca, and a whole bunch of people wrote to me, and they all said the same thing. It was very strange. I wonder if the guy that makes fun of everybody is a little thin-skinned. But let me read you this from Awful Announcing. And I would mention, I'm a big fan of Mike. His podcast follows me on X, and I talk to them, and they're very nice people. And so this is all from love, this video. He's probably the one guy I really like on the fan. And Mad Dog, too. You know, we made fun of Mad Dog a couple times. Mike Francesca roasted for horrible Scotty Scheffler prediction. I just don't think he's going to win this major here, okay? Let's see what this article has to say. And, of course, they always make fun of Mike for getting things wrong. Scotty Scheffler's reign of dominance over the golf world, continuing his victory at the Open Championship from Royal Portrush Golf Club in County Antrim, North Ireland on Sunday. While many saw this as the most likely outcome heading into the tournament, it was always quite a shock to Mike Francesca, who was actually quite pessimistic about Scheffler's chances in the event. On Wednesday's edition of the Mike Francesca podcast, and he has a YouTube channel, I know I share a bit of his audience, Francesca shared his predictions for the Open Championship, where he explained how he had doubts about Scheffler's ability to play overseas on a links-style golf course. Obviously in golf, he said, there is tremendous value in just betting to win the tournament, Francesca said. Now it's not easy to pick a winner in golf. You have to pick one guy. Scotty Scheffler is, of course, favored. I do not think he's going to dominate yet on a links course. He has not been on a links course that many times in his life. His best finish has been 8th. Now, Scotty Scheffler is capable of winning any tournament he plays in. We know that. But I just don't think he's going to win this major here. I just don't think he is. Well, that's not that bad. He's not ripping the guy. As to who Francesca did think would win, he believed that John Rahm and Tommy Fleetwood were two to watch ahead of the tournament, okay? I don't see what the problem is. He is 5'1". Rory is 6'1". 6'5". Rahm is 12-1. I guess this is the odds. You go on down from there, there's very good value all the way down the line, as there always is in any golf tournament, unless you bet Scheffler. A couple of things jump at you. I just think Rahm is going to play really well. I haven't been on Rahm all year. I haven't been on him the last 2 years. I just think Rahm is going to play really well. He's 12-1. I just have a feeling that you are going to get the best out of Rahm this week. The other guy that is sticking in my head is Fleetwood. Now you know Fleetwood has never won a tournament here in America. He's never won a major. But he has won plenty of tournaments on the other side of the pond. He has won tournaments around the world. And then, of course, you had the crazy finish a couple of weeks back when Keegan Bradley beat him. Let's be honest, he choked. It was a brutal finish for Fleetwood, who has had that pressure, been in the top 10, the top 5 so many times. He's 25-1 in this tournament. I just think something has stuck in me all week that, we're going to revisit that, and Fleetwood is going to have a big weekend, okay? These are predictions, and you're predicting people. You may notice that all the players that Francesca was touting were foreign-born players. And this was no coincidence, as Francesca essentially gave American players very little chance to go over to Europe and claim an Open Championship victory. Quote, I would look for their guys to play well over there, added Francesca. Guys from over there to play well over there. I wouldn't look for a lot of the American guys to win over there. Now they are capable. But I just don't see it. So I'm going with Ram, and I'm going with and for Fleetwood. Obviously, Francesca couldn't have been more wrong about Scheffler, who won convincingly by 4 strokes to secure 3/4 of the coveted career Grand Slam in golf. But it goes far further than that, as just about all Francesca's predictions were largely incorrect. Okay, Ram and Fleetwood both made the cut, but neither were all that close to contending in any way, finishing the tie for 34th and a tie for 16th respectively. Meanwhile, Francesca's prediction of international players largely dominating the American-born players also aged poorly, as every player who finished in the top 3, Scheffler, Harris, English, and Chris Gotterup, were American-born golfers. As Francesca said before making his picks, betting outright winners in golf is incredibly difficult to go given how many players are in a major championship field. But with that being said, Francesca did get some flack for his picks from the popular social media account Funhouse, who regularly calls out incorrect predictions from media members, in particular Mike. And I'm starting to think that Funhouse lives in a glass house. I think he's a little thin-skinned when it comes to him getting pointed out things. And he has a bot. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to have a bot on your account. You can spend $10 and get like create 1,000 accounts. I know that Elon Musk has cleared that up a lot on Twitter, now X, over the last couple of years. But they're still around. So I wouldn't be surprised if Funhouse was more of a glass house. The exact moment when I bet everything I own on Scottie Scheffler to win the Open Championship, wrote Funhouse. Now, Funhouse always points out the things that Francesca gets wrong. Never says anything about what he gets right. Maybe once in a blue moon he'll point it out. Upon this clip of Francesca being reposted by the Funhouse account, many who frequently watch Francesca pile on for giving the #1 player in the world very little chance to win a major championship. But again, I really believe that if you make fun of Funhouse, the bots come out and you realize he lives in a glass house. It's just very strange. And of course they roasted him on that, and that's what this account is. They pile on. Betting against someone like Scheffler at this point seems about as foolish as betting against a prime Tiger Woods. A comparison that has been made for years now, as being made even more about after Scheffler's victory on Sunday. So perhaps moving forward, Francesca will think twice about doubting perhaps the greatest golfers of this generation. He had an opinion. He was wrong. It's not the end of the world. But again, you don't know what's going to happen with people. And of course, like I said, Funhouse only points out the negative. That very rarely points out positive stuff. And I would also mention again, I really believe he has a bot on him. So if you say anything negative to him, it's a glass. Funhouse lives in a glass house. We'll leave it at that. I think he's good at tossing it out there, but I don't think he's very good at taking it. He'll laugh it off, pretend to laugh it off, which he did to me that time. But then all these bots came at me, basically attacked the way I looked, and other things. So it doesn't surprise me that these certain accounts have this. But it was weird. Within 2-3 minutes, they said the same thing, just reworded differently. And the accounts didn't have a picture on their face. They didn't have a face with the pictures with the accounts. Very generic stuff. So it made me very suspicious about him. But, you get things wrong, It's no big deal. I get things wrong all the time. I don't care. I don't care who points it out. But this is what this, back after this guy. And he does all this stuff. This guy could be making money. What is he doing with all this? Nothing. This is just a big goof, a big waste of time, to be honest with you. You're not making money on it, and what are you doing this for? Oh, we're doing it for fun. Okay. Whatever. With all the people that follow his account, he doesn't make any money off of it. Very strange. Very strange individual. Some of the stuff he posts is funny. The clips from the past are funny. But the fact that he makes no money off of it, it's a little, I don't know. I believe in the American way of making money when you do stuff. Don't do anything for free. As the Joker said, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. This guy does something good, he does it for free. Makes no sense to your host. It really doesn't. Well, let me know what you think about this video. This is not really a video. Obviously, it's a WFAN title video with Mike Francesca, but I just wanted to sort of put this out there. He's a a member of the, he might, like I said, he's probably the most sane person that was at the radio station for all those years. And he's the big guy in terms of the historical part of sports radio. So you let me know what you think about this video. And of course, please subscribe to Baseball Head 2, and I'll see you later.